Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a review for the film from BIPCO called Screams from the Swamp. Right here. When Angela's husband and son die in a hospital after a car crash, she takes it upon herself to seek justice against the doctor who operated on the pair. Desperation and obsession lead Angela into a paranoid state, disassociating her from reality. She follows the doctor day after day behind the anonymous facade. The man hides a parallel life of depravity and murders committed together with his colleagues. Discovering these new horrors, Angela turns to the dark, otherworldly forces to find the strength to eliminate the killers. This decision leads her into a spiral of violence and hallucinations where pleasure and fear intermingle, but ultimately there's a high price to pay. And basically, this movie is about 70 minutes in length, which is very short. But the vibe I got from coming out of this film is it kind of feels a little bit like kind of like a spit on your grave in a way. It's probably the most violent and depraved movie I've seen by Vipco and probably Bayview since I've reviewed for them. It's a very hard watch at times because there's a couple instances of rape, and I don't do too well with those kind of movies. They just kind of off-putting, especially being a male. I mean, it's even more so for a female, but just the violence they did on these two ladies and whatnot, and one of them was that earlier on was scalped in the movie as well, which is like really intense because you don't see that go on too much in horror films anymore. But this movie is directed by Lorenzo Lepori, and he too was the writer along with Antonio Tentori. It also stars Simona Vanelli. I believe that's her right here on the cover. Lorenzo Lepori obviously was a star in it as well, and director and writer, so he had his hands all over this movie. And it too stars Pio Visani. But like I said, I really coming out of this, I really got a major I spit on your grave vibe, just because of the like lack of like caring about the women, like when they would rape them and whatnot. Like they didn't treat them like human beings. The three deprived individuals are right here. I know you can't see that too good. But they dressed in soldier garb with the camouflage kind of hunter kind of look, and I don't know, just really despicable guys. But it's not that this movie didn't have redeeming factors too. It was very interesting. It kind of had me hooked throughout, and I thought the language barrier with it being subtitled in Italian uh, language, I thought that would be a problem for me, but I don't know. It had me hooked right from the beginning. Other than the scenes where the violent acts were going on, that was a very tough watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I don't do well with those kinds of movies. But it came out of 2022, um, and it's based out of in Italy. They had most of I believe pretty much three quarters or nearly all of the film was filmed in uh, I think it says Tuscany, Italy. Maybe some Italy viewers out there tonight know exactly where I'm talking about. This was released in Italy on April 15th, 2022, and it says its box office budget was like barely $10,000 American dollars, which was another testament to how well they pulled this off. But man, this was a very at times graphic film. Like I said, a lot of people won't get past the rape stuff for sure, and this movie is definitely not for everybody. But I don't know. I kind of mildly give it a pass. Not like a high endorsement, but I definitely, you know, at some point would revisit it. Not like all the time, but like once in a great while, maybe. But I don't know. It's not a bad film by any means, but like the violence is gonna get to people, And I don't know, maybe you can handle, such graphic stuff like rape and whatnot in these movies, but I pretty much go for the scare factor, that kind of thing. That's kind of more my vein of horror. I know rape is a very scary subject, and it can come off very realistically, like horrific. But I don't know. It kind of takes it to another thing. But I wouldn't mind seeing more from this director. He definitely did a lot with a lot less than most people would have to work with. But I was thinking it was going to be more in the vein of like a slasher film, just because of the cover here with the man having the slasher knives kind of things. But basically, this is a demon that this lady conjures up to basically take care of the villains in this film. But that's my review for Screams from the Swamp. It's currently playing on Tubi, and I want to say it might be on ITV as well, and several other outlets. You can catch it there. But check this one out. Just gonna warn you, a little bit of a flash there. Be careful, going into this. It's definitely not for everyone. It's very graphic, like I say. I know I keep emphasizing that, but I just want to warn everybody. But that's my review for this week. Check that out. Check Vipco out. Check Bayview. They do have different genres at Bayview, but I specialize in the horror, in the supernatural type stuff they turn out. But check them out. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about Gary's Movie Crypt, and I'll be back. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing another movie review or if I'm going to do an unboxing. But either way, stay tuned to the channel, and who knows what I'll do next week. Have a good night, and I'll see you next Thursday or somewhere around there. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.